We now welcome Max Bielfeldt and Robert Johnson to the media room. Coach Tom Crean will join us shortly. Let's open it up to questions for the players. Please raise your hand and direct your questions to a specific player. Left side, third row.
I guess for either of you, sorry, but Max, maybe for you, just you guide up 9 there, you kind of had them back on their heels, and then I guess just what happened after that?
Yeah, we got a little bit of a run going there, and we just didn't execute coming down late, and that's a point where we've really tried to emphasize all year. Unfortunately, it came up again where we get those little runs going within that 8-minute span, and we have to be the team that pushes that out instead of starts to concede it. So, it's tough to say exactly what happened, but I think just being able to come together and run our offense to perfection at that point is really what we need to do.
Third row on the right.
Hey, Robert, I know defense has a lot of components to it, but they were really able to drive on you guys today, got inside a lot, 50-some points in the paint. What was the issue with the perimeter defense and not being able to stop their drives?
I think it came from, first off, a lack of communication. That was a big part of it. And then the second thing, I would just say a mindset from myself and everybody else. We just got to continue to build a defensive mindset, that we're going to go out there and stop people.
Third row on the left.
Max, with 3.2 seconds left, Colin had the ball out of bounds. What was the plan there, and then what went wrong with that play?
The plan was to throw it to me and find someone cutting. They zoned it up and had a lot of hands in there for that long pass. It just didn't quite work out as we wanted it to.
Go ahead.
I guess for either of you, they were really the aggressor from, it seemed, the outside. Were you kind of surprised by the way they kind of came out pushing?
No, we knew they were going to be a physical team, and it was going to be a test of our physicality as well. And it's just a lot of those rebounds just kind of came off short, and they used their physicality to kind of push us under the basket. And we got to adjust to that and get better and not let that happen again.
Thanks, Max. Other questions for the players? Third row, left side. Yep, go ahead.
I guess just to follow up on that, at some level, do you feel like there was maybe just y'all not being able to match them physically, particularly in that rebounding game? Not that you couldn't, but just that you weren't able to kind of get that up today.
I think, I think today, the stats show that we didn't, but I think we have the potential to, and I think developing some of these younger guys and really embracing the physicality and can really push us to that next level. And today we learned a hard lesson, and we're gonna learn from it. We're gonna do everything we can to next time we see a team like that we're gonna embrace it and push back as much as we can, and hopefully do the same thing to them.
Max, how stunned are you that you're playing in the losers bracket, not the winners bracket, come tomorrow?
Obviously it wasn't something that we planned for. We were hoping to go all the way, and this first obstacle, it's tough because it just didn't go our way today. Wake Forest is a great team though. They got some really good players, and they capitalized on some of our weaknesses. So you got to give them credit there. But we feel the team, we could have played better. We could have done more things offensively and defensively to make this a game we could have won.
Go ahead, right side.
Max, just give me your take on all their points in the paint. I think it was 52 for the game, those penetrations, Devin getting inside. What wasn't working for you guys?
I'd have to go back and watch the film, but from what I saw is, they crashed a lot of guys to the paint, and they got those 50-50 balls. We were sometimes turning our head to look at the basket and wait for the rebound instead of going and find the man to hit him out and kind of clear out some space. We kind of resorted to some bad habits there.
Thanks, guys. We'll now let you get back to the locker room.